Okay, hi everybody. So in this video I'm going to explain to you how I want you to do triple entry notes. I don't know if any of you have done triple entry notes before, or some people call them double entry notes, um, or Cornell notes, but here are the steps that I want you to take to use the quotes that I asked you to find from the first and second articles um, for Friday, and I want you to put them into these groupings so that we can use them to build our body paragraphs. We'll get to how to set up those body paragraphs for next time, so don't worry about that. Just put in the information that I'm having you um, do here. Uh, Note in the weekly folder, there's a Word document that I want you to use, so then you can type in all these steps into a document that then I want you to send to me on my Klopmeyer email account, or rather my Klopmeyer.homework account in Gmail. If you don't remember that, or if you didn't copy and paste it already, I would like you to do so. It is in the syllabus, so go back to week 1 and copy and paste that from the syllabus. Alright, so triple entry notes are basically a way of taking the quotes that you're going to use in each body paragraph of your essay and expand on them. Show what's useful about them, and then why it connects to your larger point. So I know a lot of you are probably used to starting with your intro paragraph, writing from the first word to the last word, but I'm going to introduce to you a way that I think is really helpful when writing an essay, where you don't do the intro paragraph first. So we're really going to be working on body paragraphs, and then use those body paragraphs to write the introduction. So basically, this is going to help you organize your ideas about the text and what you think is important in the writing, and make these body paragraphs. So the first thing I want you to do is find quotes that you think are important. I'm going to have you do 3 of these triple entries. Use the first 2 writings that you've read so far. The Prasad and the Washington and Hayden, and pull out 3 quotes that are going to be helpful, and type them out here. Then write the author's name and the page number. This is good for you so that when you put it into your essay, you don't have to go back looking for them. You can find them right away. All right, easy enough. Note that I want this only to be about a sentence or maybe 2 tops. You don't want your quotes to be very long. You want to do the majority of talking about those quotes in steps 2 and 3. Your quote is just kind of the bare minimum. In fact, you'll probably be cutting down the quote even from whole sentences to the words and the parts that are going to be really helpful within the paragraph. So once you have a quote that you think is going to be really useful, I want you to explain in your own words what the quote is saying. You aren't being redundant if you explain what those quotes are. Okay? Show the words or phrases that are really important. Explain what they mean, or why this word or phrase is kind of more different from what if the author had used a different word or phrase. And what is it that this quote is doing for you? Why do you think, or what do you think it's saying? Again, try not to repeat what the original quote is saying, but use your own words and pull out the ideas that it's using. Okay, this is probably going to be a couple sentences. 3 sentences or 4 sentences is great. Next, so what? Why is it important that this author is talking about this? Um, you don't have to answer all these questions, but these are all questions that you could be answering. Try to stay away just from agreeing or disagreeing. In fact, uh, part of the reason why you'll use most of the quotes is because you're agreeing with them or you think they're an important part. You can certainly disagree with authors as well, but then show us what's missing from their argument. How can you add on to what they're saying? Um, and and try to stay kind of away from your own experience. Like, yeah, my uncle didn't believe this one thing when everybody knew it was true, because really you're trying to deal with the ideas in the quote, and the ideas in these essays. So um, I want to know more about how do these essays does this quote relate to what you're trying to answer in the question. So, in what way is, for instance, Monica Prasad um, showing this idea of denialism with the quote that she is bringing up? You might want to look at key words that you think are going to be useful, and really connect them to the larger idea of the quote. This says at least 3 sentences, but I'd try to write more. I'd say 5 sentences is a great amount of analysis, and that's what we're doing here. Is we're doing analysis to help you uh, bring out what the quote is saying. Okay, so really try to push as many sentences and as much explanation in your third part as you are able. Okay. Like I said, we're going to get to building these parts of the triple entry into a body paragraph for next time. So read through these, but you don't have to build a supporting paragraph yet. We'll get there in time. Okay. Next, I want you to look at the triple entry 2. This is kind of part of a worksheet. Note, I've sent you a file um, from my from a Word document so that you can type into it instead of this PDF. But I think this is useful to look at anyway. So write out the entire quote, um, and cite the name and page number. Um, Note this example. This is from Sherman Alexie, but you'll say something about Monica Prasad or Washington and Hayden. Then explain what the quote is saying. What are the ideas? What's some of the language that the author is using? Um, and then finally, why is it important, and how can you connect this idea to the larger points um, within the essay? Okay, I know you don't have like a really good grasp, nor should you, of what all you're going to say in your essay, but think about how these authors are talking about denialism. And then once we've read um, Spector, who I want you to read for Friday, um, then you can start kind of bringing those ideas about that Prasad and Washington and Hayden are calling up and applying them to Spector. But for right now, just work on what are the ideas that Prasad and Hayden and Washington are giving us, so that um, you can start working with their ideas mainly. Okay. Um, and again, if you have any questions about this, if I'm being unclear, which of course I may be, especially without feedback from you guys, um, then please ask me in the questions and answers thread, and I'll get back to you. And if there's something that I definitely didn't cover, or I think will definitely help you, I will let you guys know. I'll send you out an email, and hopefully clear that up. Okay, so for Friday, please do three triple entries. Three quotes, three explanations, and three so what's analyses, and read the Spectre article, noting places where that you might use as examples of Prasad and Hayden and Washington. That's going to be kind of a harder part, but we'll talk about that as we go. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you later.